Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today's video is going to be about random and fun facts. I guess you would call them fun. Okay, fascinating facts about India. But before I get into that video, I'm just going to point out that I cut my hair. Yeah. I don't want to take it down because it's been a long day and it feels comfortable the way it is, but I did last night actually take scissors to my own hair. From what people tell me, it actually turned out very well, but it could not have. So my advice to anybody who decides to chop off their own hair: one, if you have to do it yourself, at least have a mirror like the one I have. The mirror is huge, and it will help you take pictures of the back of your hair to see what it looks like, to see what like if it's even or not. Now, the problem I had was even after I took the pictures, I'd have a hard time getting the length that I needed. I was going to cut off a lot more, make this a lot shorter, but after dealing with trimming it the last time, I didn't want to cut off any more and not be able to reach it. So there you go. I may just have to go to an actual stylist for that shit. But basically the way I did it, it layered my hair. And you'll also notice that I dyed my hair again. I don't know if you can tell in this light, but it's a black again. My roots were starting to show, and I was getting a little annoyed with it, so I decided that it was time. Alright, sorry about that. My phone decided to give up on me and mess up everything. So on with the video of India. India is the absolute center of the world heritage and has been jotted on the world map for ages. It is understood that very human civilization started in the South Asian parts of the world. It is for that very reason that there are so many people of so many different cultures residing in a country, excuse me. In fact, India is the most culturally and lingually diverse countries, even more so than the USA. Didn't know that. I actually read that and was actually kind of confused by that, considering the US at one point had a nickname of the melting pot. But moving on. Okay, so the facts that I looked up are as follows, and it starts at number 10. Number 10 is pollution. The pollution is a very serious problem, and in many urban and even rural areas of India, the blame for that mostly goes to mishandled population, and that seems to grow and grow. The pollution problem in India is so immense that 14 out of 20 most populated cities in the world are from India. Alright. Delhi or Dali, I may have butchered that name, is in fact the most polluted city in the world, not Beijing like most people would think. Another one of the fascinating facts that India is that in the air of Mumbai for one day is equivalent to smoking 5 packs of cigarettes. Yeah. Number 9 is Kumbha's Festival. Again, that's probably another name I am butchering. Kumbha's Festival, locally known as Kumbh Ka Mela, yeah, I'm butchering that as well, is the largest human gathering in the entire world. It is held every 3 years and is rotating between 4 different cities. I'm not even going to begin to try and tell you what those cities' names are. Okay, number 8 is the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is one of the 32 World Heritage sites that are currently operating in Indian state. Compared to that, USA is, which is so much bigger than India regarding land, has only 23. Taj Mahal was disguised as a scaffold during the World War II to make it appear as a stockpile of bamboos to the enemy fighter pilots. It was disguised again in the 1971 war against Pakistan. A modern wonder was repeatedly sold by a con man to unsuspecting parties. He managed to sell some other famous World Heritage sites and even the Indian Parliament itself. He was sentenced to 113 years in jail, which he last escaped at the age of 84. A total of 9 times he escaped. Okay, number 7 is Braille markings on bills. Why didn't USA get with the fucking program? Why didn't you think of this? Okay, India, like some other countries, practices the custom of producing currency with Braille markings on top. It is done so that blind people can feel the bill they are holding in their hands. Apart from India, this method is practiced by Mexico, Russia, the UK, Israel, Canada, and a few others. Seriously, United States, get with the freaking program. Alright, number 6 is richest men on the planet. India may be notorious because of its poverty, but the diversity of its culture and the status of people also mean that there are people that have buttloads of money. In other words, they're insanely rich. One of the fascinating facts about India is that the 25 richest men in India have the combined net worth of, holy shit, phone, really, $174.8 billion, which is more than Uruguay, Bulgaria, and Croatia. Okay, I'm not going to bother to... Number 5, the big population. And my phone is about to go insane. Ugh. Alright, it is estimated that by 2050, India's population will amass to 1.6 billion, which will be equal to China's and the USA's population combined. Even if you don't go that far and only look at the current population of this nation, which is approaching 1.3 billion, it is more than the population of the entire Western Hemisphere. So, they're talking about the whole 2 continents, South America and North America, saying that the population is going to get that big by 2050. Okay, number 4, rich and generous temples. I'm going to get as many pictures as I can for this. Many Indian temples are very rich because of the donations made to them in the name of their gods, and many of them offer refuge and food to the poor in return. The Golden Temple in Indian state is famous for feeding over... Holy crap. Yeah, just so everyone knows, I'm dyslexic, so if I read this number out wrong, it's not my fault. 1 billion people every day, regardless of that religion or class they belong to. The food is served in the form of a langar. These temples can afford to serve each day because of their amazing reserves. So, that is another one. The temple in Kerala is marked as the richest temple in the world. The vaults were opened for the very first time in 2011 for over 130 years, and it was full of silver, gold, and other precious stones and gems, all of which amounted to hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, number 3, slaving traditions and poverty. Even though the world is almost rid of its official slaving traditions, some parts of India still has large numbers of slaves. Current estimates of total slaves in India are well over 14 million people. World Bank estimates that 24% of Indians are below the poverty line, which is purchasing power below 1.25 per day. 320 million people are below the poverty line. That's what I looked up. From more than the entire population of the U.S. An average Indian has to work more than 6 hours to earn enough to afford a Big Mac. Yeah, if that doesn't tell you there's something wrong, I don't know what does. Alright, number 2, big families. India is one of the most densely populated. Because of this, as such, it is a no-brainer that there are going to be big families in India. The biggest family in the world is in India, with a man having 39 wives and 94 children. The biggest family of doctors is also in India, where one family of Rajasthan, I'm butchering that, boasts 31 doctors. And the very last one, number 1, Spiceland. Okay, India is the center of the world's spices and herbs. One of the fascinating facts about India is that 70% of all the spices in the world are cultivated here. It is also the world's largest spice market, with Kari Baoli, which is located in Old Delhi, or Delhi. There are other facts, but I couldn't find them on here. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will post another video as soon as I can on another country, and I will see you guys next time. Blessed be.